Your homemade pizza looks great on top. Cheese bubbling, pepperoni curling. Then you lift it up. The bottom's pale. Floppy. Sad. Here's the thing. It's not your recipe. It's the surface underneath. Stone versus steel. Everyone argues about it. But the best answer? Most people never hear it. Stick around. I'll walk you through it. Here we go. Here's the deal. We'll cover why steel and stone actually behave differently, what each one costs you, where each one wins, and the third option almost nobody talks about. So why does your crust come out pale? Every difference between stone and steel comes down to two numbers. First, thermal conductivity. That's how fast a material shoves heat into whatever touches it. It's the speed of the handoff. Second, stored heat. That's how much heat energy the slab is holding. Think of it as the size of the tank. Low-carbon steel moves heat about 20 times faster than the ceramic in a pizza stone. But here's the twist. A half-inch stone holds roughly the same total heat as a quarter-inch steel. The stone's twice as thick, so its tank is just as big. So steel isn't hotter than stone. They sit in the same oven. Steel just hands its heat over faster. Same tank. Faster tap. One more thing, pizza stones use a ceramic called cordierite. It barely expands when it heats. That's why it doesn't shatter in a screaming hot oven. Regular ceramic would crack. Cordierite handles it. Now the first 90 seconds. When raw dough hits that surface, it's room temperature and full of water. The surface has to do three things fast. Boil the water off the base, brown the flour, and do it before the top of the pizza finishes cooking. That race is the whole game. Steel wins the race. America's Test Kitchen put it plainly. Steel's a better heat conductor than ceramic, so it throws heat into the dough much faster. Their result? A pizza cooks up to 30% faster on steel than on a stone. Here's what that meant for the finished crust. America's Test Kitchen said steel crust came out more airy and moist, more tender too. The stones, slightly drier and chewier. Quick honesty, check on those dark blistered spots you see on Neapolitan pizza. That's called leoparding. It comes from very high heat. Home ovens don't reach wood-fired temperatures. Neither surface produces that char by itself. Don't let anyone sell you otherwise. Now what each one actually costs you. Both surfaces need a long preheat. King Arthur's rule for either one, at least an hour in the oven. If you have an infrared thermometer, aim for 500 degrees on the surface itself. Here's the counterintuitive part. The stone usually preheats faster than the steel, not slower. Thin cordierite tiles need about 30 minutes. A normal steel plate wants 45 minutes to an hour. Half-inch steel, up to 90 minutes. Steel wins the bake. Steel loses the weight. And weight matters. A baking steel runs 16 to 27 pounds. That slab lives in your oven. One more preheat rule for both surfaces. Either one needs at least 5 minutes to recover between pizzas. Otherwise, every pie after the first gets worse. Pizza number 3, way worse than pizza number 1. Give the slab time to reabsorb heat. Otherwise, your bake times start creeping up. Here's where steel stops winning. America's Test Kitchen flagged the honest trade-off with steel. Because it throws heat so fast, it can overcook the pizza's bottom. The cheese on top is still melting. Their fix? Broiler tweaks or drop the temperature. The same testers said it plainly. With steel, you have to watch the food more closely. Ceramic holds more heat and hands it over slower. Under the broiler, steel goes from done to burnt in seconds. So the pattern shows up by style. Thin, wet Neapolitan pizza, steel is the closest a home oven gets. Set it high near the broiler, expect a 3 to 8 minute bake. New York style, both work. Steel gets a crisper base. Now flip it. Pan pizza, Detroit style, deep dish. The dough sits in a metal pan. The bake is long and moderate. Steel's speed buys you almost nothing here. It can even scorch the pan's base. A stone's slower delivery is a feature, not a flaw. Bread's a different animal. King Arthur ran their own bread trials. Stone versus a plain aluminum sheet pan. The stone loaf had better oven spring and a rounder shape. The sheet pan loaf came out flat and disc-like. Sourdough on the stone browned evenly, bottom included. On the sheet, splotchy. The pita numbers were the wildest. On the stone, spelt pitas puffed within a minute and baked through in 3. On the sheet pan, twice as long, drier, more leathery, cracking around the edges. One caveat, that trial was stone versus a bare sheet pan, not stone versus steel. It proves a hot masonry surface beats a cold, thin pan. For bread specifically, America's Test Kitchen found steel gave better oven spring. But a hearth loaf sits on the surface for 30 or 40 minutes, not 5. Steel keeps delivering heat that whole time. Burnt bottoms are the common complaint. A stone's slower handoff is more forgiving over a long bake, and bread needs steam. Steam's a separate variable from the surface underneath. How each one dies matters too. Stones crack. Thermal shock does it. Put the stone into a cold oven and let it come up with the heat. Never slide a cold stone into a hot one. Let it cool all the way down in the oven before you move it. Stones are porous. Don't submerge one in water. A wipe after use is enough. A ceramic scraper handles stuck bits, and stones stain and darken with use. That's normal. That's permanent. It's not a defect. Steel rusts. Treat it like cast iron. Hot water, no soap, stiff brush, never in the dishwasher, never soaking. Re-season every 3 to 6 months. Thin coat of high smoke point oil. Wipe off the excess. Bake at 350 for an hour. Let it cool. If a steel does rust, it's recoverable. Steel wool or sandpaper. Re-season. A cracked stone, not recoverable. America's Test Kitchen called steel utterly unbreakable. One shared rule for both. Semolina on your peel, not flour. It keeps the launch clean, and never grab a hot slab out of the oven. So who should buy what? Buy a steel if you mostly bake thin pizza. If you want the fastest, crispiest base a home oven can deliver. If you're willing to watch it. And if you can handle sliding a heavy slab in and out. King Arthur says it plainly. If you can pick one, pick a steel. Buy a stone if you bake more bread than pizza. Or you make thicker pan-style pizzas. Or you want a longer, gentler, more forgiving bake. Or you want a shorter preheat. Or you simply can't lift 20 pounds of metal in and out of your oven. Ceramic holds more heat and hands it over slower. For a long bake, that's a feature. But there's a third answer. America's Test Kitchen's actual favorite setup isn't one or the other. It's both. Steel on top, stone underneath. The stone acts as a heat sink. It keeps the steel hotter for longer, which means pizza after pizza without waiting for the surface to climb back up. Preheat the pair for at least an hour. Here's the one line to remember. Steel isn't hotter than stone. Steel is faster. Pick fast if your pizza is thin. Pick slow if your bake is long. If this saved you from another sad bottom pizza, hit subscribe. Thanks for hanging out.